Okay, back for another episode review of Loki, Series 2, Episode 4. The title of this episode called The Heart of the TVA. Wow, just wow. I really enjoyed this episode of Loki. Halfway there of Series 2. It's been a good series so far of Loki. They continue what Series 1 has started. Plot twist, a good cliffhanger. I haven't seen Episode 5 yet. That'll be later on in the week when I review Episode 5. And the series finale of the second series of Loki. That'll be next weekend. I'm a bit burnt out, to be honest, because I think I reviewed Treehouse of Horror. I think me reviewing Treehouse of Horror really done me in. I should have saved my energy of reviewing Loki. It's been months since a Marvel Disney Plus show, since Secret Invasion. There's 3 so far. What If? Don't know if What If is going to be next month. That's another topic for another time. But I kind of like Loki. The first series and the second series. It's been a good series so far. It's really intriguing. They kind of carry on of the whole fake TVA. I don't know what is the payoff. Got to wait until next Friday. There's a lot of plot twists and cliffhangers of this episode. I call it a mid-season. Yeah, this is mid-season of Loki. And it's a really good one. This is going to be the best episode so far of Series 2 of the show. It starts with really the continuation of the end of the last episode. Miss Minute showing footage of Renslayer with Kang, or Who Remains. You find out like Kang has been using Renslayer. Not Renslayer. Renslayer used to be like a Minutes Man before she became one of the suits of ties of the TVA. Kang putting her over, like praising her, like, you're quite a marvel, you brought difference to this war, and I like ruling with you. You thought Renslayer and Kang's gonna rule together, they're gonna be like king or queen, or I don't know, they're like ruling the edge of time, something like that, man. But in reality, Kang tells Miss Minutes to erase her memory, pull Protocol 42. I don't know, man. Maybe it's a sign that Renslayer could be like power hungry, like trying to overthrow Kang or something like that. It's funny, like going back to the 6th episode of the first series of the last series of Loki. She was a principal of the school. Well, I'm guessing, I don't know if that's true. I don't know. Maybe it's a variant of her. We simply don't know. There's a lot of like questions about this. Of many. Is it any more like variants of characters? We don't know. Miss Minutes say like she's basically should say the loud part loud, like you don't really need. You never have. You basically, she said you never needed Kang. So anyway, we have to. They kind of work together all along, and it's kind of weird why Miss Minutes wants to work with Renslayer. It's kind of like a forced heel turn out of nowhere. It's just like wow, they're just like boom right in your face. Anyway, so. I'm not going to talk about most of the dialogue of this episode. I remember some, but not so much. I'm going to reply what they actually saying. Like, they discuss about who's going to, really they're kind of rehashing or recreating the first episode of this series. Because Mobius. There's one scene Mobius says, "Let's have some pie." Sylvie says, "You brought me here. And you want some pie, you just find it, basically like, you're not going to find out if you're one of them, you just find out you're a variant, I'm just replying what Sophie says, you're too scared to find out the truth, who's the real you. I can't remember the dialogue that well, like saying you cannot, you're not find out behind if you're one of them or not, or something like that. Really laid into Mobius. Like I'm guessing like Rossini hinting that Mobius is scared. Find out he didn't. Mobius. It's going back to episode 2 when Brad like busted Mobius balls. Like Mobius is not his real name. You had Sylvie and Loki had that moment. You can tell like Sylvie's do not trust Timely because he knows he's gonna beat Kang, and said about like Sylvie says about the TVA, let's burn the TVA to the ground, and Loki says replying like TVA burn to the ground is easy, but fix things that's hard. Hope is hard. Brings up like I banded Thor in Asgard, stuff like that. I think it's one of the. I think it's Thor 1. I'm replying. He's bringing up. I think Thor 1. He's just bringing up. I don't know. It's referencing the first Thor movie. Like the first Thor movie, that was about like 12 years ago. You said like and then Sylvia says what are you gonna supposed to do? Showing the whole curtain, like. Bring him from the curtain, show everything, and then send him home. And I think Loki replies like send him home, look after him, protect him. And Sylvie says, we're playing gods, and Loki says we are gods. Sylvie's the variant of Loki. I'm trying to get into the dialogue. 'Cause I don't want to get in too much about it. You work. I asked for your help. You walk away from it. And Sylvie said, I didn't walk away from it. I'm guessing like Loki wants Sylvie's help because this is affecting her. You can tell like she is so bitter and grumpy. Not grumpy, but so bitter about the TVA. I understand she has to tell or why because she like the TVA took her life away from her as a kid. This whole loom is gonna like. I think if they'll sort out this loom, I think this loom kind of wipe out the time assistance, man. I don't want to get into much of the plot. There was like a true death of this show or of this episode. We'll get to that shortly. So I'm really replying that you need trying to calm down Sylvie. Like something about like I abandoned my brother. I went soft. That's soft. This is the why soft. Why that's the reason why you got killed. It's kind of true. Like what Sylvie's saying. Like going back to that plot between heel Loki from the first Thor movie and the first Avengers movie, and fast forward to Thor 2, Ragnarok, and his death in Endgames. Like really made him soft. It's a face turn. And then all of a sudden, that really killed him, and Loki said to Sylvie, like, you let him live, he said, Sylvie says, Timely wasn't soft, Timely was soft, he remained, wasn't soft. Going back to, when he killed normal Kang, I'm guessing, like, there's a little, like, there's, like, some good in her. Even though there was bitter, she's still bitter about the TVA, bitter about Kang taking away her life, like I said. They kind of recreate the first episode. Like I'll get to that later on, but they killed off Darks. Darks is the Scottish woman. Like they bring back Brad. We haven't seen Brad since the second episode of this series. Like. Said about like this is the line from Apollo, was it Galileo or Winston Churchill, and Doc says cut the shit, and she kind of busted Brad's balls like you abandoned you abandoned our plans to live your life because he ended up like doing what's it called, the Maniac it's called, like we know you escaped T. Anyway, so they got killed. They kind of manipulate. You're like, first off, the one Minuteman with a lot of character development was was it B-15, like asking Docs for and Brad and the rest of the captured ex Minutemen for their help. B-15 to Doc said to Docs, we don't see eye to eye. I care about these plays, and also she kind of contradicted, saying about like I didn't want all of this. Something like it's kind of a bit of contradictions. Renslayer is a bit of a manipulator. Like said, like where's B-15? Oh, she's taking over the TVA. Oh, she had plans to take over the TVA, and I think Renslayer says you didn't see the bigger picture, and they got killed. They got killed in that box. It's that machine. That Loki used in the second series of this series, the second episode of this series. When Loki doing it, he's trying to scare Brad, but they kind of squashed. The Docs and the ex-Minutemen. Brad, it's funny. Brad is just not looking. Miss Minutes is actually looking. You can tell that she's completely twisted. I'm glad they've never seen like broken bones, discolorated, mangled joints. I'm trying to say. I'm speaking too fast, by the way. Dislocated. Yeah, that's the word. Dislocated joints and blood. I'm glad it's not. I don't recall Loki a kids show. Not truly a kids show. I think it's a bit of a family show. I think this is just appealing for kids and family and adults at the same time. As well as say, hey man, we're not gotta keep it down, tone it down a little bit, but don't see the bodies. I'm guessing replying that Darks probably might turn on her any time of the plan. Brad is the one who is like just the lapdog. I think Brad is like B-15, another Minuteman, with a little bit of character development. There was a lot to talk about, and that was a really good, not really good twist plot. You thought like, Renslayer's forming her army, but instead that's not the case. Oh, no, they're dead. Anyway, so Miss Minutes, I don't think she's dead. She's kind of like offline. I don't know. I think she's been a good character of the show. Like they kind of like they're trying to access the loom, and she's the key to access the loom. She's offline, and the final word before she's offline, you never be like him. I'm guessing what she's simulating that Renslayer will never be like Kang. Just because they're both black. I'm not saying it in a racist way. I'm just saying like you cannot do what Kang would do. Never be a proper leader like Kang. Seeing like you see like the statues of Kang, the gold on the wall of the TVA. Anyway, so it's like boy, it's funny. Like there was one not funny line, but you could tell there was not really any funny lines. You could tell they're not leaning towards the funny side. You have some funny lines, but they're taking it a little bit serious, not like in a bad way. It's focused more on story time. Like you had Mobius having a cup of hot cocoa. It was like, why is that? That's a hot cocoa machine. And it's funny. Like minutes later, he's giving one of the Minutemen the hot cocoa. It's hot chocolate, by the way, and he got killed by Brad. With the time stick. It really totally. Basically, you not really erase that guy. He basically was sent to the void. But anyway, I don't know, man. Is it gonna be a void because the loom it's about to destroy like the branches? Anyway, so yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen episode 5. I don't want to get into it too much. Like if I've done it episode by episode, one at a time, when the actual episode actually aired, maybe I'll like find out to guess. But what since it was a couple of days ago, episode 5, so I'm trying to keep it a secret. I don't want to spoil everyone about the plot of episode 5. Anyway, yeah. You got one shocking death about this episode of Victor Timely. He's the one who self-proclaimed create the TVA, Supercom Kang. He goes into the. Before that, Renslayer also got sent to the void. Like you could tell, Sylvie enchants Brad, and Brad used the time stick to hit towards Renslayer. I don't think they killed her off, man. That'd be stupid because wow, you just actually killed off the main villain of the show. If they tend to do that, I'd be like, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen episode 5 yet. But I think he's dead because I'll get to that death part later on. I think because I haven't seen episode 5 yet. I'm repeating myself again, but Timely's dead. He's about to do the same thing what Mobius did in the first episode of the second series. But instead, he's just completely disappeared. I'm guessing he's nothing more like. I think his death was a bit funny. He's nothing more than just streamers. Like he's not like ripped up. He's not like burnt to a crisp. He's just basically just not in the same level as the blip. He's just basically just turned into like streamers. I'm guessing I don't know, not torn apart. It's something like that. And Obi's said the pressure is so high. The death is so shocking, man. Before that, they recreate the first episode. Seeing Sylvie open up the elevator doors, or we call it a lift in the UK, but open the elevator doors and seeing Loki without wearing the jacket. He's and Loki just used the time stick. It's just like I said, it's very pointless because you end up not dying completely, be erased from history. You'd be sent to the void. Is it going to be a void because the Lumia is about to explode and all the timelines are going to be ceased to exist? Anyway, seeing Loki is like a bit of a tear, I get with the first, this is before Loki going to 1982, travel back to 1982 to reunite with Sylvie. Anyway, so the ending was fucking good. The balloon exploded. Seeing Loki, I think he closed his eyes, and that was a good cliffhanger, man. I was like, oh my god, holy shit, man, they actually pull it off. I guarantee they're not going to get killed off. I think the next episode title's called Science Fiction. I'll get to that next time, but man, I was shocked. I feel like this episode don't feel like a mid-season episode. It feel like it's more like a series finale. Same as episode 1. I don't feel like it was a series finale. I feel like it's more like... It didn't feel like... The first episode don't feel like a series premiere. It feel like a series finale, man. It's just had that vibe about this, Wow, they just completely did it, until episode 5. I checked if it's got any post-credit scenes. It's funny, like in the 5th episode of the last series of the show, Loki got Renslayer used the time pad, not the time pad, the time stick on Loki. You thought he's disappeared from history, but instead he's sent to the void, and you got a different version of him. That was a good shocker, a good shocker going to the not the 5th episode. It was the 4th episode. My apologies, but but there's no there is no post-credit scene. Don't know we're gonna get another post-credit scene. I'm not gonna go about episode 5 yet. I haven't seen it, but wow, I was really like shocked. Like, like it's funny. Like they're trying to save the loom, and also going back to I think it's in the pie scene room with Loki and Sylvie. Like something about make sure the TVA is going to be good. Are they going to make the TVA going to be good? Because Loki and Sylvie got captured by the TVA. I don't know, man. Speculating. Sylvie's judging like should it let him, trust him timely, but I don't know, man. I don't want to get in more in the dialogues, but man, I was like, wow, man, they really like they're not gonna kill off the characters, Like I think like Tom Hiddleston is still like the character. I think he will stay on being Loki. He's not like fucking old. He's in his 40s. Like I guarantee they're gonna do a third series, man. I hope they do like the third series of the show, man. I think the second series they're just wrapping up the events of series 1, and then the next series of Loki probably do Loki doing something else. I don't know. We don't know, man. I don't think they'll do a Loki movie. I don't know. I don't think they'll do. I could see Loki reunite with Thor. Depending. I think at this moment in time, I think Chris Hemsworth is taking a break. I'm not saying it's Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, he just turned 40, man. I hope. I think it's for the best, man. I think with Chris Hemsworth, he's having a little bit of a. There's rumors like he's got symptoms of Alzheimer's. I think he's one of his family member has Alzheimer's, man, or dementia or something like that. But I know he did like a movie on Netflix. I can't remember what it's called. I don't want to get into it, but I want to see Thor and Loki, do a movie or a TV show, another project. There's some chemistry with Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston. But that's I hope they do that. But I think that's a lot to talk about, because I'm trying to keep aware, I'm trying to not spoil the plot. Most of the time I review an episode when 2 days or 3 days before the actual episode is aired on the Disney Plus. I just wait for 2 or 3 days after this. I just do it like a week after when the show or the episode aired on Disney Plus. I think the last time I did that was WandaVision. I always do it every Wednesday, but it's just what it is. So yeah, I think that's a lot to talk about. I think I cover a lot. Yeah, I cover more of it. Yeah, I cover more. In the start of this episode, you had timely shock. It's about you could tell like Renslayer in this minutes kind of play with his mind. Going back to the last episode, Renslayer said to Timely that Loki killed his variants, but that's not true. You can tell like Renslayer is a manipulator. I don't want to see her getting killed off. I can see her getting killed off, but I like the actress. What's her name? Gugu Mabethe Raw. That's the actress' name. She is a good actress. She plays that character pretty damn well. She's well developed. She's a manipulator. A bit twisted. I can see her getting her comeuppance, but my other hand, I can see her being probably in the next series or probably in a future project. I don't know, but anyway, so yeah, I don't see the other characters getting killed off. Like Brad, I think that guy's got killed off, man. But who knows? But until I review episode 5, but Obi's a good character. I thought to this day, between Obi and Fit to Timely, with was it? I don't know who's the actor who plays Obi, man. I thought it was Jackie Chan. Like I said, I thought we're going to get a lot of Shanghai Moon references. It's been 20 years since the last movie with Owen Wilson and Jackie Chan, but it's not Jackie Chan. It'd be cool, but really funny. Like Jonathan Major's funny. He looks like Jamie Foxx by his facial looks, but You know, he looks like a buffed up, lank, tall version of Jamie Foxx. You know, I don't know how tall is Jamie Foxx. You know, Jamie Foxx is a bit skinny. You know, with Jonathan Majors, you know, he's buff. Because he was buff for that Creed film. I never got a chance to see it. I've never seen the second film yet. I've seen the first film of Creed, but never seen the second and third film. So anyway, to wrap up the plot of the 4th episode of the 2nd series of Loki. Yeah, this was a good episode, man. Best episode so far, series 2. It's been a good series, man. Like some people say it's better than the first one. I think that first one, the series finale of the first series of Loki was a blessing in disguise. I think, you know, I thought they're gonna wrap up the TVA storyline of the first series, but they're trying to say, I think they just want more of it. I think there's left more in the tank of it. So, yeah, it's been a good series so far. It's been probably the best show since Moon Knight. You know, like I say, Moon Knight's underrated. It is an underrated show. After Loki, we got What If. I think it's late. I think it's likely next month. And it's 9 episodes. In my opinion, I wish they just like end 2023 with Loki and then do What If next the start of next year and push Echo. I'm not a big fan of this Echo show. Like, she was okay in Hawkeye, but I don't think Jenna Renner is gonna do a second series. Even though I think he said it when he was promoting the first you can start proclaiming the first episode or the first series of Hawkeye. He said he's on board of the second series. You know, I think he had that accident the previous year. You know, he's still alive, but I don't think we're getting the second series. Probably, I don't know when they're gonna do the second series, man. I want to see the second series. I think it's way better calling it Echoes. I seen the trailer. I'm guessing that's more of a backstory. I could tell like Fisk is still alive. You know, that'd be fucking stupid that they killed off Wilson Fisk, even though Fisk is already an established villain from the Netflix Marvel shows from a couple of years back. Like the best, not the MCU, not the overall. I'm talking about like the MCU Disney Plus villains. I think like who's the best? To me personally, Renslayer's. I like Agatha Harkness, Carly Morgenthau. I like the Tracksuit Mafia. I like Arthur Harrow. Yeah, I like Granick. I think Granick from Secret Invasion. I think he was an okay, good villain. The worst villain for me has to be Titania. I'm not too sure. She was okay, but the worst villain for me has to be the Damage Control people from Miss Marvel. But that's just my picking. But so anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed my review of the 4th episode of the 2nd series of Loki. Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Watch my previous episode review of the 2nd series of the show Loki, plus the all 6 episodes of the last series of the show and other Marvel Disney Plus shows I did for the last 2 years. And subscribe to the Central Man Network for more wrestling videos and more. And this is Central Man officially signing out. And we'll see you next time. That'll be later on the week when I review episode 5 of the 2nd series of Loki. So thanks for watching, folks. Like, share, subscribe.